The Buffalo Bills get ready for week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Buffalo Against the World.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cuzin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.
I'd like to welcome everybody to another edition, the 42nd edition of Buffalo Against the World, hosted by yours truly, Emmanuel Kulu, and my Cuzin Brad, who is always with me. What's going on, cuz, man? How's your weekend? We had a good time last night, huh?
Yo, what is going on, man? Yo, what is going on? Yo, shout out to us. Shout out to us yesterday because we tag team that family barbecue, and it was all the stuff, everything was gone. There wasn't nothing left over. Everybody ate. So shout out to us for tag teaming on that grill yesterday. We killed it. We killed it. But I'm feeling great right now, man. This is the first day of school. Like, let's go. Like, it's opening week. Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Welcome again, everybody. We are back. It's the season, and look, man, we've been waiting a long time for this.
A long time. I think we do more shows in the off season than we do in the regular season. It's crazy.
Oh yeah,
weird,
buddy.
Weird.
Man, you know Buffalo. You know Bills Mafia and Buffalo Against the World, man. We Bills fans all year round, man. Because Brad, before we get into this game coming up, that's going to be a real exciting home opener, not just the season opener, but the home opener. But before we get into that, why don't you take us around the league, Cuzzo?
All right. Let's take a journey around the league. Not much going on. Obviously, all the 32 NFL franchises are preparing for this season. A little bit of news out of the Bay Area. First thing, Brandon Ayuk signed the deal. He finally signed the deal. It only took forever. But they finally signed the 4-year deal with Brandon Ayuk, making him one of the highest paid wide receivers. Sad news, though, in that wide receiver room, their first-round pick, Ricky Pearsall, was shot this week. He did suffer a gunshot to the chest. The 49ers did release a statement. I'm just going to read it here. The San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was released from the hospital this afternoon as he continues to recover from a bullet wound to the chest. He and his family and the entire San Francisco 49ers organization would like to thank the San Francisco Police Department, emergency medical services, doctors, and staff at San Francisco General Hospital. The suspect was apprehended. There was no other information in regards to that, man. Thoughts and prayers to that brother, man. Hopefully he heals up well. It was a robbery attempt in San Francisco, and he was shot. So thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Hope he gets well.
Yeah, man. Definitely thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Definitely don't want to see anything like that happen. NFL players, man, have to be very, very careful these days. So definitely thoughts and prayers. Especially them young ones, man. It's a lot happening. Because Brad, man, look, man, it's the season opener. It's the home opener. Bills fans, if you are going to be at the game, comment in the chat that I'm going to be at the game. It's going to be real exciting, man. We know the home openers here in Buffalo. The tailgate is the funniest. Shout out to Game Day Hospitality. Shout out to my brother Lance. We look forward to possibly doing some Game Day Hospitality this year with the Built-in Buffalo platform. What's going on, Sandra? Let's talk about this, cuz. Let's talk about this, man. Look, man, here it is, week 1. And look, 17 versus 18, right?
Hey, the only Cardinals that I respect come from St. Louis. Just throwing it out there. That's a baseball reference for those who don't know. Even though I respect Marvin Harrison Jr., even though he didn't come to the Buffalo Bills like I dreamed about. But, whatever, man. We're going to have to lock him up and to beat this team in Arizona. They're coming far east to play against us, and we're going to be ready week 1 against them. And I don't know if you noticed. Did y'all notice? Did you smell some haters this week? A lot of haters this week. Did you smell that?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get into that.
Another whiff. Got a whiff of that.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. You know what? Cuz I wanna say about this Arizona team. This is a young, inexperienced team.
Yeah,
Very young, very inexperienced. They lost their second first rounder, Darius Robinson. Excuse me,
yes,
Darius Robinson. They lost Robinson. Yeah. He was a guy I really liked. Really a DN that really gets to the quarterback. And he would have been somebody I would have been worried about. He's a dog. He's definitely a dog. They also lost BJ Olori. He's also injured as well, the other defensive end that they have. So really they're shorthanded on the defensive end line. These guys are speedy guys. These are speedy defensive ends that get to the quarterback that are injured. One is on IR, the other one is out for an extended period of time.
Right.
I think that's going to work out for Josh Allen's benefit. What's your thoughts on those two guys going down on the defensive side for Arizona and how Buffalo can capitalize off of that?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a big advantage coming into Buffalo. Obviously, number one, being at home. And obviously, you mentioned it, two of their high-profile guys are out this week coming into week one. And it's going to be a big test. And I think the biggest test is going to come on the defensive line. Obviously, the defensive line did play a lot in the preseason, but going against Kyler Murray, this is a dude who didn't play much in the preseason, didn't really play at all. But I mean, he's going to come in here. He's going to run around the field. He's a tough little dude to get on the ground. So I think the big challenge will be for the defensive line getting some contact on him, because that offensive line for the Arizona Cardinals is not an easy offensive line to get to Kyler Murray. So we should see what the defensive line is going to do. So Von Miller, Groot, AJ Epinesa, Ed Oliver, man, band down the hatches, bro. They're going to be coming.
Look, man, we don't forget Hail Murray. We did not forget Hail Murray, because
we remember.
Look, man, this kid came in as a rookie and did us one.
Oh yeah,
he came in as a rookie and did us one. And listen, this time now we got you in Buffalo. So let's keep that in our mind too. Josh Allen was on the field when that happened. I mean, that was crazy Moss job.
Yeah,
by Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins. D Hop is not there anymore.
Neither is Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, or Jordan Poyer. So neither of those guys are here. So Kyler, hey man, if you can pull another miracle out yourself, go ahead, man. You're ready.
We don't need to keep this type of game close with an inexperienced team.
Not at all.
But on the flip side of that, because this Buffalo offense is inexperienced as well. True. You have a lot of young talent. You have a lot of guys playing together for the first time. I mean, I will say, the strong suit that we have is we have the same tailback, same quarterback, and pretty much the same offensive line with the exception of Mitch Morris being gone.
Right. Absolutely.
And then you have Dalton Kincaid and Knox in there as well. So these are guys that are familiar with the offense who are probably going to be the key part of this offense.
Yeah.
But the receivers, brand new guys.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about this last week, Cuzzo, how we didn't see much in the preseason, and we know we don't game plan for the season. We get it. We get it. Okay, but I at least needed to see these receivers beat somebody one-on-one.
Yeah,
and I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, I agree. There was no separation. Very, very, very vanilla when it came to this. I mean, I don't know. I get it. You're trying to hide your hand, not really trying to show what you want to do. You don't really want to show your game plan on what you want to do, but we got to see some separation. And if I'm Joe Brady and I'm the offense, you got to get the run game going early. You got to get James Cook, Ray Davis, and even Josh Allen. You got to get Josh Allen, Ray Davis, James Cook some carries in there early, open up that passing game, open up the play action to hit Dalton Kincaid, hit Dawson Knox, and hit those guys on those quick routes to get them off balance. 2 tight end sets will really work against this team.
Yeah, man. That's really what it is. This is an inexperienced defense, missing their 2 defensive linemen. One was a first-round pick. The other one was a stud last year. Very inexperienced team all the way around. You're going to have to really rely on those 2 tight ends that you got. Yeah, you're going to have to. I have Dalton Kincaid going over 1,000 yards this season. I have Dalton Kincaid going over. Yes, I do. I have him going over 1,000 yards receiving, if not in the 900s, like this season. I expect him to be the number 1 target this year. I know Josh Allen is going to lean on him, and you got 3 of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 of those tight end guys. You still have James Cook out the backfield, some familiarity there. Again, you're going to need Curtis Samuel, however we want to move him around. We either want to put him in the slot, put him in the backfield, put him at an H-back. Whatever we got to do, we have to throw this inexperienced team off balance.
Definitely.
And I'm also expecting Khalil Shakir to be right behind Dalton Kincaid receiving for the Buffalo Bills this year. So I'm expecting a big game from him as well.
Yeah, bold expectations. Dalton Kincaid going over 1,000. That'd be great. I'd love if that actually happens. That'd be wonderful. I think this is going to be a low-scoring, hard-hitting, grit game. I think this is going to be one of those games where, we get over 20 points, but we beat them. I mean, I'm going to, obviously we do our final scores later on in the show, but I think this is a game where we score about 3 touchdowns, maybe throw a field goal in, a lot of field position playing punt, a lot of 2nd and 6, 3rd and 8s, a lot of those type of situations are going to be with this game because, I mean, 2 tight end sets are going to kill this team. They have trouble defending 2 tight end sets, and the running game is going to have to be established. We're going to have to establish that running game, keep that clock running, and open up the floodgates for the receivers. We've got to open up the floodgates, and run game is the best way to do it.
Absolutely. And, I want to flip over to the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
For the Buffalo Bills, I mean, you're going to have your hands full with this Marvin Harrison kid. This kid, look, man, I understand he's a rookie, but he's wide receiver 1 already.
Yeah.
He's wide receiver 1 already. And then you have this kid, Michael Wilson, who's in his 2nd year. Mm-hmm. Didn't really do much. He had 500 yards, but he wasn't healthy. But when healthy, he can be a matchup nightmare as well. So I think Buffalo is going to have their hands full covering this guy. Whoever's going to have Rasul Douglas is probably going to be corner 1. Mm-hmm. And he's going to have his hands full with this young kid, man. This kid, first of all, he's a physical specimen.
Dude's big.
He's a physical specimen. So you got to get your hands on him. You're going to have to get your hands on him. But as you mentioned earlier, Cuzzo, it's going to be up to that front 4 to get to that quarterback. Ed Oliver. It's going to be up to Vaughn Miller, Groove, Epinesa. These guys are going to have to get to the quarterback. And we have a very solid rotation on that defensive line. True. A lot of these guys coming back. Some guys like Vaughn Miller coming back healthy. Man, we got it. I think that's where the game is going to be won and lost in the trenches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we play this nickel set. That we're going to use against this team. We pretty much use against everybody. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, Sean McDermott is not going to be calling the defense this year. It's going to go to, what is the guy's name? What is his name? Defensive play caller. Oh, man. Starts with a B. Doesn't matter. Anyway, but
doesn't matter. But go ahead.
Go ahead. It's not Sean McDermott, and to me, it's a disadvantage.
Bobby Babbage.
Yes, but there it is. Yeah, Bobby Babbage. I would want to see him throw some blitzes at Kyler Murray. See how he handles it in the first quarter, and then make the adjustments. Obviously, getting Kyler Murray on the ground is essential. This dude can run. He can sneak behind those offensive linemen, peek out. He can get outside. You want to keep him in the pocket, force him to throw the ball. That's exactly what we want. So I would send some blitzes at him early and see how he adjusts to it. Because, I mean, obviously we're going to play a lot of zone. There won't be a lot of man playing because we do have Teron Johnson and those safeties coming in. And, again, I don't know who's going to start at safety this week. Did they announce who's going to start at safety? Is it Edwards? Is it Cole Bishop?
The week is starting today, so we'll get that.
They haven't announced who's going to start.
It may be DeMar Hamlin. Hamlin.
Yeah.
He's got the most first-team reps so far. So
I would throw some exotic blitz packages against Kyler Murray and see how he adjusts early on and then make adjustments in the second half. It's really going to be a chess match for Bobby Babbage to come out there and see what Murray throws at you. And you can never count out Cliff Kingsbury. This dude is a quarterback guru. He's been that's why he got hired, and he has done a good job with Kyler Murray. Off the field issues are different, and he's had trouble staying healthy. But when that dude is on, he's on. And now you throw Marvin Harrison Jr. into the mix. I mean, dude's already the son of a Hall of Famer. He's already a physical specimen. Dude is a freak of nature, so it should be a tough test.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and Murray, Murray, he hasn't had a successful season since that first season. But, he's talking about the revenge tour as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some young guys around him that he believes is going to lead them into the future. Now, again, week one is one of those things where you can lose to anybody.
Absolutely.
We came in last year. We played the Jets. We was expected to blow them out. Didn't happen that way. Everyone plays hard to get that 1-0.
Yeah.
Every team does it. And again, guys are not familiar with themselves just yet. Teams are not gelled yet. Coordinators don't really know what to expect, so to speak, because no one's really played a full game. So these are all the factors that are going to come into this game. So it's going to. I think the Buffalo Bills definitely have the superior roster, but again, these guys don't have the experience to playing together just yet. So I think I agree with you. I think it's going to be a tight game, and that leads us right to our next part segment. Because
let's do it.
Special teams.
Oh,
something that me and you was divided on last week. You said you give it a win because of the punt game.
Yeah,
I gave it a send because we're still concerned with our kicker. I believe our kicker is 55%, if not 65% of your special teams to me. Okay. And if this is a close game, it may come down to your special teams play. What's your thoughts?
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. I hope it does not come down to a field goal, and I hope it does not come to that, because I am. Oh, man, dang, you just made me nervous. I hope Tyler Bass is not the deciding factor. I hope it's not determined on Tyler Bass. I'm nervous. I'm nervous when it comes to that. Punt-wise, if it's a field position game and we got to control the punt coverage, I'm good with that. If it's called a kick return and a punt return, I think we're good with that. But if it comes down to a field goal, I will be nervous. I am not confident in Tyler Bass. I did not draft him on my fantasy team. Put it like that. I'm not going to bash him, but I'm just saying I'm not confident. If this comes down to a game-winning field goal, then Tyler Bass can pull it off. He got to earn that. He don't have the Nelly no more, so I don't know what's going on with that. We'll see what happens. But I do not want him to be the deciding factor. If anything, just go for it. Just go for it.
I like this comment from Lewis. He says, "Let's stay humble and take it one game at a time." That's the McDermott motto right there. Take it one game at a time.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
One game at a time. We're not thinking Super Bowl right now. We taking it one game at a time. Let's go beat Arizona in home opener. It's going to be fun. We know Bills fans going to be rocking. We know we got the best tailgate in the NFL. We know NFL fans are going to be there to scream as loud, scream their heads off for the Buffalo Bills. Mm-hmm. We need our team to show up as well. So
absolutely. And another factor in this game is we don't play Arizona a lot. The last time we played them, we all know what happened. So this is definitely an unfamiliar team coming across country this time to the East Coast. There's a time factor. Time is ahead over here. So they got to come pretty much back over to the East Coast. Time moves forward a little bit. Not saying it's going to throw them off. Obviously, they're trained for stuff like this. But going into a hostile environment like Ralph Wilson Stadium, yes, I still call it that. It's going to be tough for Kyler Murray to adjust. Can't say that it's not. But she's a young and hungry team. Cleveland Kingsbury will have these boys ready.
All right. So that'll take us right into our next segment, which is the Bills Mafia. Hater of the week.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.
Keep the hate coming. Buffalo Against the World show.
Turn me up some more so my haters can hit.
Because we had to do this Hater of the Week segment, and we do it every single week on Buffalo Against the World. BAW Hater of the Week. Because it's crazy, man. Like the Buffalo Bills got the most haters, man. And they say you're not doing something right unless you got the haters. Who is our hater of the week?
A lot of hate in the air. Well, our hater goes to the week to the 103 players that ESPN interviewed to ask the players, who's the most overrated quarterback in the league? So I'm just going to start from the bottom up. So number six was tied between Brock Purdy and Kyler Murray. fair. Brock Purdy has gone to a Super Bowl, and he was undefeated for a long time. So I can understand why people hate him. Deshaun Watson, I mean, just Google it, and stuff will come up. I'll say that. Trevor Lawrence, everybody hates the Golden Locks. Everybody hates it. I understand. Whatever do you think? That was number 4. Chargers, Justin Herbert. I don't know why Justin Herbert gets a lot of hate. Like, why he gets hated on?
He's been injured a lot,
Yeah.
So.
And number 2, tied for number 2 was Jalen Hurts, and Tua turned the ball over. So, I mean, the tush push kind of overrated. Doesn't have Jason Kelsey this year. Tua, I mean, everybody hates Tua. Miami Dolphins hate Tua, so I mean, get it. But the number 1 overrated player, according to ESPN, they interviewed 103 NFL players. The number 1 was Super 17 Josh Allen. Wow. He's the number 1 overrated player. That's who you look at his greatness right here. That's who y'all voted as the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Super 17. Wow. Okay, so this guy's overrated, is what you're telling me. So this dude coming out of high school, no star athlete, had no offers to go to no schools, literally did a super email to email every coach in the country just so he could play college ball. Only one school replied back to him, which is in Wyoming. Kulu, let me ask you a question. Do you know who the last player from Wyoming was drafted in the top 10? Do you know who that was?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Probably wasn't one.
Exactly.
He's talking because old Brad is talking about this was voted by the players.
The players, not the fans. This is his colleagues. Voted him as the number 1 overrated player. Voted by his peers. 103 players were interviewed. This man came out of Wyoming, top 10 pick, been nothing but great things since he's been in the league. Yes, he turns the ball over a lot. We get it. We've heard it since, forever. We understand. But the most overrated player in the league? Really? Was it the Madden cover? That's what got y'all.
Look, even the Madden cover last year, right?
Like, really?
And Wayne says it all there. 51 touchdowns last year total. 51 touchdowns. That's rushing and passing. Like this kid. I mean, what other player does it all for their team? Like this dude did it pretty much all. He pretty much did it all.
But there was some light at the end of the tunnel. Because there was one person who said, you know what, man? Take that hate, use it as motivation. And if there was one athlete who knows about being called overrated, being called all hype, being called always not better than one specific person above him, LeBron James.
Josh
Allen. Say it again. LeBron James. Came to Josh Allen's defense. He posted on Twitter, I guarantee he's at the top of the scouting report before playing the Buffalo Bills. So who cares? Shout out to you, LeBron James. Thank you for coming to our quarterbacks. You are officially a member of the Bills Mafia. Shout out to you, my dude. King James in the house. Welcome to the Bills Mafia, LeBron.
Yeah, and we know who King James is a fan of. I mean, look, man, King James is a fan of Mahomes. He's a fan of a lot of other winners. He's a fan of Aaron Rodgers. He's a fan of Tom Brady. But for him, greatness knows greatness.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you that. Okay? Tom Brady has been on record saying that he believes Josh Allen is the next one to win the Super Bowl. The next one of these quarterbacks, these top 5 quarterbacks, okay? Mm-hmm. And greatness knows greatness.
Absolutely.
Okay? I think the only thing that's has held Josh Allen back was the lack of experience in playing in those big games. And I think once he gets more of those under his belt, everything will come second nature to him. And he's got to have that team. He's got that team now built around him, built for him. Mm-hmm. Not saying that the last regime really wasn't, but he was still kind of sharing the load between him and Stephon Diggs. Even though he was the man, he was still Super 17. Like my man, like Bob says right there, Diggs was somewhat holding them back by just give me the ball. Just give me the ball. Just give me the ball. It's going to be on ours. It's going to be on me and your shoulders. And when it came time, just last year, Josh Allen threw the ball to him and
hey, if he catches that pass, he'll probably go to the Super Bowl. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Not saying he would. That was the determining factor. All I'm saying is he catches that pass, we probably go to the Super Bowl. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out.
Shout out to my man Silas.
No LeBron.
He said, no LeBron. He's from Cleveland.
He's from Akron. That's
Akron.
closer to Buffalo.
That's true. That's true.
Technically closer to Buffalo.
That's true, my man Silas. He is from Akron. What's up, Silas? Shout out to Silas, man. Doing his thing, man, on his podcast. Been doing it for a long time.
All I'm
shout out
say,
to him and rated out, my man.
All I'm gonna say about that is, remember when Jalen Hurts? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Remember Jalen? Who was the cornerback? Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey called him trash. Remember what he did against the Jaguars? Beat them. They said, "Yeah, I respect them." Then we played the Rams opening week, beat the crap out of them. Remember when the Dolphins dropped 70 against a garbage team? It was like, oh my God, we're the division leaders. They came to Buffalo, we beat them by 30. Hey, maybe they're right. Maybe he is the most overrated quarterback. I'll take it. And thank you, LeBron.
No.
I'll take it.
Overrated my foot.
That boy's
overachieved. Overachieved for what he's had to work with.
Exactly.
Overachieved for what he's had to work with. So
how dare you, 103 players. It's not even a round number.
I think people are looking at players are looking at it from the perspective of he's expected to be in the Super Bowl every year. They've been saying that for the last 2 years because of the him and Diggs tandem and the way that team was constructed to win now. Let's keep it 100. That team was constructed to win now, and when it didn't happen, a lot of people looked at Josh Allen, but that doesn't particularly mean it was Josh Allen's fault. So,
exactly. And the only time he didn't make the playoffs was his rookie year. I mean, what else has to happen? I guarantee they were like after playing Josh Allen, I guarantee nobody goes, hey, he wasn't that good. Nobody says that.
They know what time it is.
Exactly. Come on, man.
They know what time it is, cuz. And that'll lead us to our next segment. But before we get into our next segment, let's let you like, share, and subscribe to the Built-in Buffalo platform. Go to YouTube and do that. I would also like to give a big major shout out to Monster Energy, the official energy partner of the Built-in Buffalo platform. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe because of Monster Energy. This is why we are here, and Built-in Buffalo also powers Buffalo against the world. So shout out to the family, the whole family. But we're going to go into our next segment, our win or sin segment. Cuzin Brad, they are not the only ones who've been kind of throwing a little shade against the Buffalo Bills
on
ESPN. So in our winner sin, this week's winner sin segment, we're talking about the power rankings now.
Oh, gosh,
here we go. Another, is this a win or a sin for Buffalo? Now, we want all our fans to pay attention here. The power rankings ranked the Buffalo Bills, I believe it was 7th, you said? 7th
in NFL? Yeah, I have the list. I will go down. ESPN ranked the top 10 NFL teams power rankings. Going into week 1, Packers are number 10, Bengals are number 9, Dolphins are number 8, Bills are number 7, Texans are 6, Eagles are 5, Lions are 4, 49ers are 3, Ravens are 2. I mean, do I really have to tell you who's number 1? I mean, come on. We know who's.
We know Kansas City's number 1.
Yeah, we know. We knew that. But is it a win or a sin that the Bills are ranked 7th? Absolutely a sin.
Well, let me go first on this one. I think it's a win. I like the Bills being ranked as underdogs. I think sometimes when those expectations are so high, and especially when you got these young players, it's probably not beneficial for them. But it's beneficial when you can kind of sneak up You know, when Diggs first got here, and we went to that AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
that was the Buffalo Bills sneaking to say, "Hey, we're here," right?
We arrived.
Like we arrived. You know, that's where I want to see us come back. This is what I see. This is what I'm expecting for this season. I'm expecting the Buffalo Bills to arrive, reach those expectations, because they've been talking about our roster. They've been talking about who do we have. They're talking about names on the back of our jerseys, Cousin Brad. That's what they've been talking about. Who do we have? So who we got at 17? So when you look at that, now I think that's a motivation for these young boys to come on this field, improve who they are, okay, and make a name for themselves on this Buffalo Bills roster that's already been made by guys like Allen, Diggs, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, and for them to live up to it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I like the underdog story. I get it. But let's be real. Let's be real. Aside from the Bengals, who has given the Kansas City Chiefs the biggest threat? It's always been us. You know, you could make an argument for the Ravens, and yeah, they were hurt and all this other stuff. It's either been Bills, Bengals, Chiefs. That was it. It's always been that way. Now the Ravens have upgraded. They did get a new running back. It's going to be very scary. I'm not looking forward to playing them. But the last time we played them, we won. And they were in the playoffs last year too. They lost. So, I mean, I don't think the Bills should be ranked 7th. I think they should definitely be ranked higher. I would give them at least 5. I would give them 5.
Who's ranked? Give me the top 5 again. I'm sorry.
Top 5: Eagles, Lions, 49ers, Ravens, Chiefs. So, I mean,
those are the last 5 teams that were in the playoffs after Buffalo.
No, Ravens were knocked out. Ravens got knocked out, right? They got knocked out.
No, they got knocked out in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs. So they was in the last Final Four. You know, they were in the Final Four teams.
I thought it was the Texans. Wasn't the Texans?
No.
Excuse me.
No, Lamar Jackson showed them something. But Silas says Lamar, Lawrence, and Herbert all have had much better supporting cast. These are facts. They have accomplished less and get nowhere near the level of hate that Josh Allen gets. Look, man, they only talking about you if you're doing something right. Exactly. Of course, they're not going to talk about them, bro, because they're irrelevant. I mean, with the exception of Joe Burrow, he didn't name them, but Lawrence and Herbert, the expectations is not where Josh Allen's expectations are. You know, you got a lot of guys, including Brady, including LeBron James, that they see the talent that Josh Allen has. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen, by far, is the most talented quarterback in the NFL, all the way around. I'm talking about arm strength. I'm talking about his physical attributes, what he can do with he can pretty much put the ball anywhere, just as a quarterback. His quarterback IQ, and on top of his physical abilities to make players miss, and on top of run right over you. So all of those attributes, I mean, there's Lamar Jackson can run and he can throw, but his ball placement is nowhere near Josh Allen's. Great player, but he's all the way on time with total package, nowhere near. So again, that's why he gets the hate, and that's why the power rankings are the way they are.
I just want to know how. How is he overrated? How is he overrated? Where were the expectations? Then they said, he all hype. Like, how is he overrated? Did they say, oh my God, he's the best in the NFL, which he probably isn't. But how is he overrated? Yeah. Lamar 2 MVPs. I give Lamar Jackson all the credit in the world. Dude doesn't get as much love. I mean,
he shouldn't have got it last year. He should not have gotten it
last year, but he got it anyway. It's a quarterback.
That was all McCaffrey last year.
It's a quarterback award. You know that just as well as I know that. It's a quarterback award now. It's not even MVP. It's best quarterback. That's what it is.
Robert, I'm gonna disagree with you here because I was rooting for the Lions to go all the way. I really like the Lions. I don't think they're better than San Francisco at all, but I think they're right there. They're right there, and I love their head coach. I love Dan Campbell.
I think the Lions should be ranked second. I agree with John on this one. I think team for team, I think the Lions are better suited for the NFC than the 49ers. I think they're a better team. Yeah, you got McCaffrey. Obviously, you got George Kittle. Yeah, you got Brock Purdy. You got a better offensive line. But I think team for team, to me, the Lions are the second best team in the league. I think the Lions are definitely the second best team in the league. So they definitely should be ranked number 2. I mean, I'm not going to go off of last year's runner-up, which was the 49ers, but the Lions were right there neck and neck. Took the 49ers to overtime. So, yeah. I mean, they were neck and neck. I would give the Lions the edge.
Yeah, I really love Dan Campbell. I really like that guy. Cuzzo says J.A. is overrated. Another Bills fan. Man.
Wow.
Oh man. Lord, cuz. I don't know.
How?
All right, we ain't going to get into that.
Hey, not everyone's a fan. Not everyone's a fan.
He said I'm a Bills fan. Cuz said he's a Bills fan. So
you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. I just want to know how. I just want to know how he's overrated. That's what I want to know. I think he's properly rated. I don't think he's underrated. Definitely don't think he's overrated. So I don't know.
Yeah, Scott, I'm not gonna agree that Josh Allen should have won MVP last year. I mean, McCaffrey.
I think McCaffrey.
Really go look at McCaffrey's stats. No,
McCaffrey had it by a mile.
I mean, Josh Allen is my man, but I'm giving credit where credit is due. You know, McCaffrey, he deserved that.
I think McCaffrey definitely had it by a mile last year. But I mean, it's a quarterback award. So you're going to give it to Lamar Jackson. Because Lamar Jackson, don't take anything away from him. He had a heck of a year last year.
I still think Josh Allen had a better season than him. He did. So. He did. 51 touchdowns. Come on, man.
That was a lot. That was a lot of touchdowns.
Come on, man. Let's stop playing. Just give it to McCaffrey and just take both of them out the equation at this point because he really deserved it.
He did a lot.
When the last time a running back has gotten an award? I mean, if anybody in the chat can
was it LT?
It might have been. If you guys can put it in the chat, who was the last running back to get an MVP award, or even a defensive player? Running back or defensive player?
I think LT or Adrian Peterson, won it. LT, or Adrian Peterson, won it.
I think Adrian Peterson won it after.
Yeah, but I think LT was the last one, if I'm not mistaken. But, we'll see. We'll see if the chat can help us out with that.
Help us out if you know who was the last player other than the quarterback. Let's just go there. What was the last player other than a quarterback that won MVP in the NFL? That's what I would like to know.
Remember right now we go. Aaron and Peyton Manning won it together. Wasn't that weird?
Yeah, that was.
Two quarterbacks won it. Come on, man.
That's
two
crazy.
Quarterbacks. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
And while you're thinking of that answer, we're going to go into our Bills Mafia trivia. We'll be right back.
The party starts in 3, 2, 1.
All right, as you guys well know, this is Buffalo Against the World, and we bring you the best Bills Mafia trivia. A lot of people in the chat, Brad, are saying it was Adrian Peterson. Most people think it was AP. I believe LaDainian Tomlinson, but I believe that was before the AP era.
Okay.
Or just before. Yeah. So I believe it was Adrian Peterson when he went over 2,000 yards.
Yeah. Stepping on people and stuff. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
nuts.
All right, well, this week's Bills Mafia trivia, and y'all know what our rules are. No Googling. You just had to be there. You had to be there. This is based on your football knowledge. Put your guesses in. Look, we're not going to ridicule if you get the wrong answer. It happens. It's part of the game.
No pressure.
Just no Google. Just no Googling. We're going to talk to the fans who've been fans forever. What was the Buffalo Bills' first Monday night football game? I'm going to give you guys a hint. This was a record-breaking game.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to give you. It was a record-breaking game, but it may not be the record you're thinking of.
Probably.
What was the Buffalo Bills' first Monday night football game?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. The tension is building.
All right, I see the Jets. The Jets. No, Wayne, it's not the Jets.
Good.
Not Chicago.
Oh, good guess. That was close.
Chicago is close though.
That is close.
That was Chicago was actually no, it wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Chicago wasn't even on the list at all. As the first games. All right, I see no clue. Not Dolphins.
Ooh, Giants. That would have
not
been
Giants. Not Minnesota. I'll give you a hint. I'm gonna give everybody a hint. Y'all got your ears ready?
Open your bills.
It's a team that we can't stand.
To this day.
To this day.
Like to this day, bro.
To this day.
Like
it's a team we can't stand.
Yeah, I can't stand the 49ers, but it's not them. I can't stand the 49ers.
I was kind of like the 49ers.
I don't like the 49ers. Ever since I was a kid, me and my younger brother, we went in there.
Ding, 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 ding.
He Googled that.
The Kansas
City.
Bro,
you Googled it. You Googled that. He Googled that, man.
Listen, Mike got it. He know we can't stand the Chiefs. We can't stand the Cowboys either. That would have been a good one. We can't stand the Pats, but the answer is the Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
So here it is, 1973.
Woo!
And this was a record-breaking game where O.J. Simpson rushed for 157 yards on 39 carries. And here is the record. O.J. Simpson crossed over 1,000 yards 6 games into the season. 6 games into the season. Hold on.
Say that again. Say that whole
O.J. Simpson crossed over 1,000 yards 6 games into the season.
6 games.
Yeah. Yep.
6 games, bro.
And scored 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
Record-breaking game. The juice. The juice.
Shout out to the juice, man. And shout out to the offensive line, the electric company. Is that Joey D back there? That is.
Yeah, that's Joe D.
That's Joey D back there. Look at him.
Yeah.
With the neck roll. With the neck roll. Love it. Love it. You got to love the dudes with the neck roll on the team. You got to love the neck roll.
The neck roll definitely applies to the old school players.
If it's a dude on the other team nowadays with the neck roll, avoid those guys. Those guys are scary.
Yeah. Remember Sam Gash with the neck roll?
Yo, see? Scary. Terrifying, bro.
Cuz says unbelievable in 6 games. Like
over 1,000 yards.
The seasons were.
They were 14 games at the time.
14 games. So half of those games, not even half, really, because you still had a bye week, right? Was it a 14 week?
You had a bye week.
Okay, no, so it was 15 weeks now.
Yes, it was 15 weeks, 14 games, and a bye. So just imagine they were pretty much giving him the ball every play.
The man, like Cuz said, he's going for 250 a game.
Yes. Like that's mad at them.
But when you look at the carries, Cuz 39 carries.
Yeah, he was getting the ball every play. That's the electric company, man.
It's like, okay, this play, you just gonna give it to him.
Exactly. Like, yo, could you imagine Joe Ferguson coming in the huddle? All right, guys, here we play. Let me guess who's getting the ball. I wonder who's getting the ball this play. Come on, man. We know who's getting the ball. Juice getting the ball. Shout out to the electric company.
Yeah, man. O.J. Simpson. So that is our this week's Bills Mafia trivia. Shout out to you, Mike, who came up with the answer that the Chiefs were 1973. Buffalo Bills would beat the Kansas City Chiefs 23-14.
All right.
And very
on our side ever since.
Yeah. And like we always say, like my man Wayne says, at that time, I will say at that time, Juice was the greatest running back at that time. He was the greatest player in the league. I mean, at that time.
Yeah. There was no Walter Payton. There was no Barry Sanders. There was no Marshall Faulk.
Jerry Rice yet.
No Jerry Rice.
No Joe Montana yet.
No Joe Montana. No Tom Brady. Sorry, that trigger. Sorry. So yeah, there was only Jim Brown and O.J. Simpson and a lot of other guys. But O.J. was the man. R.I.P.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P. We mentioned
O.J. definitely was the man at that time. And this is Kulu Buffalo Against the World with Kulu and Cuzin Brad. We're here every single Monday. No, cuz we do this every single week. We always do a top five. We always do our top five segment. And this week we got a little fun one for you guys. And we want you guys to participate in this as well. Last week we did our top five Bills players of all time, I believe. You did top five, I did five, but we're going to do this collectively. So this time we're going to do top five players. Wait. Top five Bills touchdowns.
Yes, and there was a
top
lot of
five Bills touchdowns ever.
All the time. It could be home or away.
So, yeah, home or away. Top five Bills touchdowns all time. All right, so you can go. You want to go number five? You go ahead.
I will go with number five. I will go number five as far as the moment that it meant. The moment that it meant. I will go with Nyheim Hines running that first opening kickoff back against the Patriots after the whole Damar Hamlin thing. You know, we came right out and he ran the kickback. So I will go with Nyheim Hines as number five. I know that was recent, but that was a dope touchdown. Touchdown. And that was just set the tone for the game. Like, oh yeah, y'all got no chance of beating us this game. So I will go.
That's a fact. I'm gonna go Jim Kelly. I believe it was 1989 or 1990, diving into the touchdown against the Miami Dolphins. I believe it was a fourth down. You know, he had just a yard to go. He had about 3-4 yards to go. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just lunges forward for the touchdown. And it was an amazing touchdown for the Buffalo Bills, all-time history. So that's got to be number 4, cuz got to put Jimbo in there. Got to put Jimbo.
All right, I will give you Jimbo there. Mine is going to be a little different. Mine is going to be number 3. Ryan Fitzpatrick to Stevie Johnson across the middle to beat the Patriots and take the lead. And he gives probably the most ridiculous yell that was probably ever mic'd up. I wish we had that as a soundbite. But him across the middle to Stevie Johnson, that the moment that meant to finally in that drought was probably one of the greatest ones ever. So shout out to Ryan Fitzpatrick and SJ1 Trey. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that definitely was. That definitely was an all-time moment.
Yeah.
I gotta go Flutie, man. Flutie against Jacksonville. I gotta go Flutie against the Jags.
Yeah, where
that was
go to play.
We were at that game.
Yeah.
We were at that game. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
Uncle Mike, Corn, all of them. We was at that game.
Yeah, and Thurman didn't know to play. He didn't know to play. He ran the wrong way.
He ran the wrong way, and Flutie just took off, and we went crazy.
Yeah,
we went crazy. So that's gotta be number 2. That's gotta be number 2. You got a tough one here at number 1. You got a tough one because we talked about a couple pre-game, and you better choose the right one.
Drayton Florence pick six. That was a good one. I'm gonna go a touchdown, and it's not a Bills touchdown. You ready for this? The greatest touchdown in Bills history was the red rifle to Boyd to send the Bills to the playoffs against the Ravens. Hear me out before I say something. Hear me out, okay? Okay, hear me out. The red rifle, mind you, the Bills, they took care of business. They beat the Dolphins in Buffalo South Beach. You know, we beat them already. You know, we just needed the Bengals to win to get us to the playoffs. The Bengals had nothing to play for. They were just going out there like, all right, man. Hey, man, once the game go off, we planning our trips. So, you know, what we're doing in the off season. Andy Dalton. Yo, this is how impactful that touchdown was. First of all, it was fourth down. It was fourth down. Hey, man, it is what it is. Maybe they get the first down. Maybe they don't. He threw that ball. Taj Boyd catches that makes that catch. The yell from everybody in Buffalo definitely won that. Like, he won the touchdown. Then he scores the touchdown. I jumped up. I started crying. My son was with me. He started crying. We started crying on the floor together because we knew it was a different era and the drought was finally over. So I would definitely put Andy Dalton and Taj Boyd as the greatest Bills touchdown because it ended the 18-year drought and sent us back to the playoffs where we belong.
Okay.
Shout out to Andy Dalton. I will get that's mine. That's mine.
I was very excited. I was going crazy too.
The city was. The city was.
You know, another couple honorable mentions here. Definitely got to do Andre. I mean, you could do 3 for Andre Reed and the greatest comeback ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do. I mean, maybe the last one that he caught. You know, where Cornelius Bennett is like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's like weird.
Yeah, like that one is up there. That's definitely
before you even reveal it. I love how everybody say they were there, yet that game was blacked out. Remember that? The game was blacked out. It wasn't even broadcast in Buffalo. People had to hear it on the radio, but everybody said they were there. So no, you weren't. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just get that out there.
A lot of people do say I was there with my dad.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You were listening.
And a lot of y'all left.
Exactly. Come on. A lot of y'all heard that on your way home mad. So no. Exactly.
But you know what? Just because it was blacked out, remember, you had a certain period of time for it to sell out.
True.
And there were players who could have, got tickets. You know how those games are. You can get tickets right then and there, and you're there. It was a play. So, but look, we also got to mention your man Sam Adams. You mentioned it last week. You mentioned Sam Adams last week.
Yes, I was there. I was there at that game. Sam Adams. Sam Adams. First of all, let me just tell y'all the story. Tom Brady had just come off a Super Bowl. Patriots were gods at the time. Everything was going well. They won a Super Bowl. They were playing us week 1. We just got Lawyer Malloy on our team that week, and we were going in there, the underdog, and we were already beating the crap out of the Patriots at the start of that game. And Tom Brady, the GOAT, Tom Brady, throws a pass, and it just, I don't know, Sam Adams, I think he swallowed the football. And he just runs his ginormous 410-pound self and high steps from the 5-yard line. I never heard a crowd that loud. That
was nuts. But you know what? I gotta debunk your number one, man. Andre Reed's number one, man. The fandemonium when Van Miller said fandemonium,
yeah,
that's forever etched in Bills fans' minds.
Absolutely,
that's got to be number one, cuz that's got to be number one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. That was a crazy time. And you know what I never forget about that too? And if this person is watching, shout out to you. Remember the Bills umbrella helmet that's in the crowd? Yeah. Like, yo, that was always super cool, and I wish I knew where to buy one of those. That was like the coolest thing to me. It was like an umbrella, but it was a helmet, and they were just in the stands. Yeah, like, yo, I never forget that about that. So shout out to them.
That was a moment in time. That has to be, I mean, that one and the Flutie one are right there. I mean, but I think the Flutie one was later, but this one was a Super Bowl run. That was a Super Bowl run. So that's gotta be one. Maggie says she's got one. What you got, Maggie? What you got for us?
Oh, please, tell us yours. Tell us yours.
Tell us yours. If you got one, a memory.
Type one in the chat. We should have said it at the beginning. Yeah, type
it in the chat. If you have a Bills memory, a Super Bowl, a touchdown, all-time touchdown for the Buffalo Bills, drop it in the chat right now. We would love to see it. We'll put it up on the screen here. All right, we got to move on here. We got some quick takes, Cuzin Brad. We always try to make sure we get you guys hyped for the season. And me, Emmanuel Kulu. I'm an African historian. I'm a historian, period. I'm a sports historian, and I love history. So we just 2 segments we just did. We just talked about, 3 segments we did because we had the Bills Mafia trivia. Then we just did top 5 all-time Bills touchdowns. That's history. And here we go again. Quick takes between me and Cuzzo Brad. This is me versus Cuzzo Brad right here. Most overrated Bills. Cuz I'm going first on this one. I was gonna give it to you. You like how I head fakes you, right? You like how I head fakes you.
Hold on. Before we start, we talk about history. We've been Bills fans a long time. How old do you feel right now?
Pretty old.
Exactly, right?
Pretty old.
Oh, wow. All right. You got me.
So here we go. Drew Bledsoe.
Ooh,
overrated.
I mean, was he though?
Yep.
Why? Okay,
overrated.
why? Why is he overrated?
I mean, he underachieved. Overrated. I mean, he was expected to be the next Kelly. Don't you remember them saying that?
I remember.
Okay.
I remember
overrated.
The whole thing. I remember the whole flight. How he got off the jet and people were at the airport, and some guy caught the first pass for Drew Bledsoe, tried to sell the ball like it was going to be worth something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they changed the uniforms for this guy. I remember that. He's coming from the Patriots. He won.
Joey, you wildin', Joey.
Nah, he's not overrated. He's not overrated. He's properly rated. We know exactly where he goes. We know exactly where Nathan Peterson.
Y'all being funny today.
He is properly rated. Wow. All right, mine's is going to go to, and I'm mad because this is an Ohio State guy, Nate Clements. Overrated.
Nate Clements was good for the Bills.
No, it wasn't. He was only good against one team.
He was good for the Bills.
He was good against the Dolphins, and that's it.
He was solid.
No, he was not. He went to the 49ers, and you forgot about him. Let's keep it real.
All right, I got Rob Johnson. Definitely overrated.
Yeah.
Especially by Ralph Wilson. Especially by Ralph.
That's fair. That's a fair one. Okay, overrated. Okay. Ooh.
I like this one on the lead. CJ Spiller was definitely overrated.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, it was hard. It was hard for him.
But hold on.
All right.
You had Fred, Marshawn Lynch.
Come on.
Fred and Marshawn Lynch on this team.
Oh.
Why did you need CJ Spiller? I don't get it.
I don't get it. There were so many players right there. Do we count T.O.? I mean, do we count him at that point?
I don't think he was.
When he was here, he was putting up numbers.
He was the best receiver on the team when he was here.
He put up numbers when he was here. So, he had the cereal. He was on the news. I disagree with that, Lee. Marcellus Wiley came to my school, and he was very, very nice to me. So shout out to him.
He says he came to your school don't mean he was a great player. He was not.
He was a good player. He went to the.
He was not great. He was not great. He had a 1 year double sack season, and that was it.
Okay, all right. You ready?
He was definitely overrated.
Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Johnson. Why did we pay him that money?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Crazy. That was crazy.
We paid this man all the money in the world to come over here, and he did nothing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Marv, what were you doing? Marv? What were you doing? Why?
Yeah, that one was. That one made no sense.
Yeah, not at all.
Takeo Spikes, overrated.
That's fair.
He was injured. He was injured a lot. Joey has those. Mario had 45 sacks for us, Joey. I can't agree with that one, bro. I love you, though, man. But, nah, buddy.
Are you ready for mine? For mine? Willis McGahee.
No.
Yes.
He was really good. What are you...
No, he wasn't. He was good 1 year.
The stiff arm, bro. That was the human stiff arm himself. No, bro. I'm not going to agree with you.
Highlight, but he was not bad. He was good that 1 year and then started sucking. Then he went to Baltimore. Come on. You know why he left, and then we drafted Marshawn Lynch. Come on. Remember, he used to run soft, couldn't run in between his tackles. That's why we drafted beast mode in the first place. You remember that? Come on. Willis McGahee, man.
Derek Dockery. Remember that? Marv brought him in.
Yes.
Marv brought him in when Marv was a GM for 1 year.
Yes, him and Spencer brought both of them in.
Yeah, and again,
they
paid him big money too. He turned out to be a big disappointment. I like this one right here, Sammy Watkins. That's a good one. Big disappointment. Big disappointment.
He was kind of in an unfair position as well because he had way too many quarterbacks trying to get him the ball. Remember that one game where Kyle Orton throwing the ball when we won? We signed him off the street on a Wednesday and was like, "Hey, you want to start for us?" Okay, remember that? That was weird. So he was
still overrated.
He was still really overrated in college. Shout out to Samuel. Ready for mine? Ready for this? Ready for this one? Lights out, Sean Merriman. Huge overrated.
Oh, definitely.
Why?
Definitely.
Why did we pay this man so much money?
Yeah, that was. Can you imagine if him and Mario? Mario played well, but if you would have had him healthy and Merriman, a healthy Merriman on the other side of him, what it would have looked like? Come on, I got to go. Aaron Maben, man. Aaron Maben was the next one. Aaron Maben. I don't know why we drafted this dude number one. He was terrible. He was terrible all the way around. Definitely overrated.
Aaron Maben, man. I feel bad what we did to you. Did you see the 30 for 30?
No.
I feel bad what we did to you, man. Shout out to you. I hope your paintings do well. But, man, we really destroyed him, bro. And then he came back and got a sack when he played for the Jets. Come on, dude. Really? All right, my last one, and this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt really, really, really bad. Dante Whitner.
Yeah, Dante Whitner. From the U.
No.
From Ohio State. Ohio State.
Yeah, that's why it hurts really, really bad for me.
Yeah.
So Dante Whitner came in. That 1 year, he had a great season, intercepting passes, led the team in tackles 1 year. But it is bad when your safety leads the team in tackles. Then I don't know what happened. He just started sucking. Mm-hmm. Then went to the Browns and couldn't really do what he wanted to do. But my top is Dante Whitner, definitely. Remember, he said the Bills were going to move to Toronto because he got cut. Remember that? He cut him. He said the Bills are going to move to Toronto after he got arrested.
I never liked that dude's attitude.
I never liked it either.
And we know a couple things on that, but we ain't going to get into that.
We ain't going to get into it. We was in the club with him. We know what happened. Whatever.
All right, so how to get a dub. This is because this is a segment, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, the run to open up the pass. Right now, the run game, you have pretty much 85% of your offensive line coming back. That is your strong suit. We want to see more what we saw week 2 against the Steelers in the run game from all three of these running backs that we have, because they're going to all have a play. Ray Davis is going to be that power guy that we need. We know what Ty Johnson is going to do, and we know what James Cook is going to do. So I think the run to open up the pass, again, I don't expect a lot of double coverage on any of our receivers. I think I really believe if we get that running game going like we'd like, and I don't mean Josh Allen running the ball right away. I mean the running backs running the ball. I think that will be the key to us getting that dub. What's your thoughts on how to get a dub?
Okay, number one, do not let Josh Allen stay in the pocket. Get him mobile, get him out of the pocket, get him running the ball. Roscoe Parrish, shout out to Roscoe. Anyway, get Josh Allen outside the pocket, get him mobile, keep a moving pocket going, keep those defenders on their toes. They are not going to be playing against the pass. They know doggone well they have to run the ball to beat. We have to run the ball to beat them. So they're going to be playing against the run. They know Josh Allen's probably not going to throw the ball around the yard for 4 quarters. So they're going to be playing against the run. That's what I'm saying. Get Josh Allen out of the pocket. Make them respect that he's on the run. He's better than any other quarterback on the run. This dude can run it for 17 yards. He can throw it out of the stadium. And on the run, he can pretty much just run you over anyway. And then when you think he's going out of bounds, he'll throw a touchdown pass. So So get Josh Allen mobile, get him out of the pocket, get him on the move to keep those linebackers on their heels. That's how you get the win.
I think running in the pocket is great. What I mean by that is I don't think what should be like game planned all the time. I don't think it should be game plan designed runs when you have these new backs, these young, fresh legs that got to put in their time. Okay, so you got to keep this guy for the long haul. We need to keep 17 clean as long as we can. There's going to be games where he's going to do what he's going to do, and I'm not saying tame the beast. I am not saying tame the beast. I'm just saying be smart.
I get it.
Be smart.
We also need to win. We need to win, or there's not going to be a long haul. So we need to win. If it comes to the point where it's 3rd and 4 and we need Josh Allen to get that 4 yards, I'm going to give the ball in Josh Allen's hand to get that 4 yards. I want to win. Forget the long haul. I want to beat this team.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, so that will do it. Let's go into our quick hitters really quickly, Cousin Brad. Our predictions for this week 1. The NFL season is beginning. So our first game up is the Ravens and Chiefs, a match of the AFC Championship game. That game, I got the Ravens. I think the Chiefs always start off very slow. I think the Ravens take this one on Thursday Night Football. Who you got?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with the Chiefs here, though. I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win this one. We'll see what happens with the Ravens here, but I like the Chiefs at home at Arrowhead opening week. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a quick win. It's going to be definitely a tough game, but I think the Chiefs prevail in the end.
All right, we got the Packers and the Eagles. They play in Brazil, September 6th.
Yes.
Friday, September 6th. So again, that's the second game of the season. I'm expecting the Eagles to win this game. I do like Jordan Love, but I think the Eagles, they have a core that they've kept together for a period of time now, 3 years now. I think they have more experience playing together. I see them beating the Packers. What you got?
I agree. I think the Eagles are going to definitely take this one. I mean, they paid Jordan Love a lot of money. They got him a little bit of help when it comes to the ground game and the offensive line, but I think the Eagles take this one, no problem.
All right, we got the Panthers and Saints. I'm going Saints.
I'm going Panthers. I think the Panthers bounce back. They win week 1. I think they're going to win this one easily.
All right, we get the Vikings and the Giants. I'm going Vikings.
I am going Giants because I have no idea who's playing quarterback for the Vikings. So I am going Giants in this one.
All right, we got the Bengals and the Patriots. I'm going Bengals.
I'm definitely going Bengals here. The Patriots have no idea what they're doing. I'm going Bengals.
All right, you got the Steelers and the Falcons. I'm going Falcons. I'm really concerned about the Steelers. I don't know what they're doing at quarterback right now. Russell Wilson, I think it's time to go sit next to your wife somewhere. Who you got?
I got the ATL too. I think the Falcons come out. They come out. They got the young boy and Michael Penix Jr. I like him, man. I'm going ATL on this one.
All right, Texans and Colts. We get to see Stephon Diggs. I got the Texans, man. I got the Texans winning this game. Who you got?
I got the Texans winning this one, but do not count out Big Tony, Anthony Richardson, coming back off that injury. Don't count him out.
Yeah. All right. We got the Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, we both agreed that the Buffalo Bills will win this game. I'm going to give a score prediction. You can give yours as well for this game. I'm saying Buffalo, and please in the chat, drop a Buffalo Bills score prediction. What you think the Buffalo Bills will do, how they will fare. Put if it's a win or a loss as well, W or L. How you think the Buffalo Bills will fare against the Arizona Cardinals? Put that in the chat right now. I'm going Buffalo 23, Cardinals 14. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think Buffalo wins by a touchdown.
I got
the safety or something.
Yeah, I got the Bills winning 24-14. I think they win by 10. They beat them 24-14. I think the Cardinals get a touchdown in garbage time, but I think the Bills win this one 24-14. So that's where I'm going with that one.
All right, very close in numbers there. All right, so we got the Titans and the Bears.
I am going the Titans. Spoiler. All this talk about Caleb Williams and Shot City, but then they go up against Big Willie style and the Tennessee Titans. I am going Tennessee in that one.
I'm going Chicago. I'm going Chicago on this one.
All right.
Going Chi-Town.
All right.
Jacksonville and Miami. This is going to be a good game in Miami on Sunday. 1 o'clock game in Miami. Miami is a high flying team. I'm going Miami. They score big in the season. They play good in the season.
I'm going to go Miami as well. I'm going to go Miami in this one. I think they're going to take it.
All right, we got the Broncos and the Seahawks.
And bonus note, the Seahawks will be wearing their 90s jerseys because they're coming back now. So maybe all teams should wear them. Just throwing it out there. They're going to be wearing their 90s jersey.
Hint, Terry Pagula.
From the 90s. Just throwing it out there. Seahawks win. 90s jerseys.
That's unanimous there. Chargers and the Raiders. I'm going the Chargers. I think they have a bounce back year. They got a new head coach. Definitely Harbaugh's in there. I think the Raiders are still some ways to go. I'm going Chargers.
I hate Harbaugh, so I'm going the Raiders. Antonio Pierce is undefeated as the Raiders head coach. He's going to stay undefeated because he's going to beat this Chargers team. I'm going with the Raiders in this one.
All right, we got the Cowboys and the Browns. I'm going Cowboys.
I am going the Browns. I think the Browns are going to beat the crap out of the Cowboys this year. Yeah, they gave CeeDee Lamb a bunch of money. Yeah, they gave Micah Parsons a bunch of money, but they ain't paid Dak Prescott. You know how he gets when he don't get his money. So I'm going Browns in this one.
All right, we got the Commanders and the Buccaneers. I'm going Bucks.
I'm going Bucks as well. Do we even know any? Jaden Daniels plays for them, but I mean, can you even name another Commanders player besides Terry McLaurin? No. I can't. Go ahead.
We got Rams and Lions. I'm going the Lions. You know Dan Campbell is my dog. I'm going Dan Campbell.
I am also going with the Motor City Kitties. Love them. Can't stop rooting for Detroit until they play the Bills.
All right, last, and this better be unanimous. We got the Jets and the 49ers. I think we know no one rocks with the Jets. So we're going 49ers here. I'm calling it for you, cuz.
Give me the Jets. Aaron Rodgers revenge tour. Give me the Jets. Going back to California. Give me the Jets.
Dude, you're wildin', bro. You're wildin'.
Statement on Monday night. You see what happened. You know you can get
man.
Give me the Jets.
Let me highlight some of these teams here that the guys put in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that was listening. Some said, Mike said he expects the Ravens to win. No, I'm sorry. Joey said he expects the Ravens to win. He's with me. Right. Shout out to you. Yep. Mike said he expects the Chiefs to win. He's with you. Yep. I chose the Eagles. I think we both chose the Eagles, right? To beat the Packers.
Yep. Sure did.
All right. I chose the Saints to win. You chose the Giants.
I did.
All right. We both chose the A to win. Mike said the A.
ATL, baby.
Mike also said the Texans. Joey Hatch threw the Texans in there as well.
Oh, no, he said the Texans lose.
Oh, Texans lost? Okay.
He said the Texans lose, and you know who hits the... Oh!
Ooh. Shots fired.
Like the energy.
All right, so Lee says 31-10 Bills win over Arizona. Okay, I like it. Love it. Maggie says 24-17, similar to our score, Cuzzo Brad.
Low score.
I had 23. I had 23-14. You had 24-14. Yeah. Maggie's got 24-17. Mm-hmm. Bills fan 78-83 says 24-13. Mm-hmm. Similar to my numbers.
Yep.
Jay Reezy says 35-17 Bills. Mike says 21-10 Buffalo. Jory Hatch says 24-14. So I think a lot of people have the same feeling. That it's not going to be a blowout game with the exception of Lee and Jay Reezy. They both believe it's going to be a blowout. But I think it's going to be a close game. It's the first game. Everybody plays dog the first game because everybody trying to get to 1-0.
Hey, man, we scored 35 points. All that Stephon dog talk is out the window. We scored 35 points. We scored 35 and beat them. Yeah, I'm not worried at all anymore. Good.
Yeah, man. I think it's definitely going to be a great season, great game for Buffalo to kick off right here in Buffalo, y'all. Be there. Orchard Park is going to be lit. It's going to be live. Man, tell us about those tailgate experiences next week, Monday night, when we are here. As always, every Monday, myself, Cousin Brad, will be here. Cousin Brad will actually be coming from out of town, so if he can get here, he'll be on the show. Otherwise, I'll be by myself, but I'll be taking y'all phone calls. So we hope to see Cuzzo Brad here, and we hope to see you guys here with us on Buffalo Against the World. So shout out to everybody. We went overtime because we were having so much fun on the show. We love you guys, and we love all our fans.
Go Bills.
Let's get that dub. Go Bills, everybody. One love.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cuzin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.